What if I told you there's a parasite that might already be inside your brain, hijacking your mind, tweaking your personality, and possibly increasing your risks of accidents? Sounds like science fiction, right? But it's real. Hi, I'm Dr. Rehan Pradhan, MD Internal Medicine, and I will discuss about a parasite possibly hiding inside your brain, its potential health impacts, and things you can do to prevent it. Globally, it is estimated that 40 to 60% of the world's population may be infected from it. That's nearly half of humanity and billions of people. It has a fancy name, Toxoplasma gondii. It is a microscopic protozoan parasite primarily hosted by domestic cats, with rats being their intermediate host. And humans are accidental bystanders, and as scientists are fond of putting it, a dead-end host for the parasite, as human is too big for the cat's dinner. Once it enters the human body, usually through soil or water contaminated with cat feces and undercooked meat, the parasite goes through short acute phase and then eventually slips into its latent phase, hiding inside our brain for the rest of our lives. It is hidden unless our immune system weakens, where it reactivates, as seen in HIV-positive patients, leading to ocular and cerebral toxoplasmosis. For years, it was thought to be a harmless guest just living quietly in our brain, but recent evidence tells a different story. But can a parasite influence behavior? Normally, rats are terrified of cats, but toxo-infected rats lose their innate fear response, or worse, become attracted to the scent of the cats. This fatal attraction phenomenon makes them more likely to get eaten, helping the parasite complete its life cycle in the cat's gut, the only place it can sexually reproduce. This is one of the most fascinating examples of a parasite rewiring host behavior, and it raises unsettling questions about what it might be doing to us. After all, humans share over 90% of their genome identical to that of a mouse. Dr. Jaroslav Fleger, an evolutionary biologist, has spent decades studying Toxoplasma gondii. He even suspected that his own unusually fearless behavior might be under the parasite influence. In his experiments, reaction time tests revealed that infected individuals were slower, suggesting Toxoplasma could impair cognitive function, critical for activities like driving, where split-second decisions mattered most. Studies have found that drivers with latent infections are nearly twice as likely to be involved in accidents. Joan Webster, a parasitologist, took this research to a step further. She began to track fluorescent-tagged parasite in the brain of infected rats. To her surprise, the parasite was dispersed all over the brain in what otherwise seemed to be a perfectly healthy rat. Yet the parasite showed predilection for areas associated with fear, anxiety, and pleasure. A cat lover herself, Webster couldn't help to wonder, could Toxo be behind her extreme extroversion, her mood swings, and even the Spurge's inexpensive clothes? The genome of Toxoplasma includes genes for enzymes that produce dopamine, which is involved in mood, motivation, and decision-making. Elevated dopamine may explain its link to schizophrenia. In fact, studies have shown higher rates of Toxoplasma antibodies in patients with schizophrenia compared to general population. Studies even suggest that the symptom like altered smell perception, once thought to be a symptom of schizophrenia, may in fact be a symptom of latent toxoplasmosis. Interestingly, one study found that Toxoplasma-infected men were more attracted to smell of cats. This so-called olfactory alteration may be a part of manipulating host behavior. There's also growing evidence linking toxoplasmosis to depression, increased risk-taking behavior in form of increased entrepreneurship, and subtle yet measurable shift in personalities. These changes might not be dramatic in any one individual, but when millions of people are infected, even small behavioral nudges could ripple out to shape society at large. For pregnant women, parasite can cross the placenta and infect the fetus. This congenital toxoplasmosis can cause devastating outcome: miscarriage, blindness, brain damage, or seizures. That's why it's the first T of the TORCH screening profile during pregnancy. So what can you do to prevent yourself from Toxoplasma? Cook meat thoroughly, avoiding raw or undercooked meat. Freeze the meat for several days at sub-zero temperature before cooking to greatly reduce chance of toxoplasmosis. Wash fruits and vegetables carefully before eating. Avoid drinking untreated water and wash your hands after gardening or handling raw meat. Wear gloves when gardening or touching soil possibly contaminated with cat feces, and keep cats indoor and don't feed them with raw meat. Change the cat litter box daily. The parasite does not become infectious until 1 to 5 days after cats set it into its feces. By cleaning the litter box every day, you remove the feces before they become infectious. Avoid changing cat litter during pregnancy. Ever watched an episode of your favorite cat and mouse and wondered why the owner gets so angry all the time? Could it be more than just cartoon chaos? What if that unpredictable rage, those emotional outbursts, and even reaction time delays were influenced by someone else? From road safety to mental health, individual behavior to societal evolution, Toxoplasma is a master manipulator and microscopic puppeteer. Its ability to influence behavior makes it one of the most intriguing and perhaps underrated public health concerns of our time. In fact, if we tally up all the possible impacts, it might be as deadly as malaria, responsible for up to a million deaths every year. Our minds shape our lives, but even they are not immune to hidden influences. Is Toxoplasma the hidden villain of our behavior? Share your thoughts, and if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching, stay mindful, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.